Hey everybody, and welcome to, or should I say yar mateys, and welcome to Northernlion Plays Paranautical Activity. I mentioned I was going to do a little mini-series of this game when I covered it in my Let's Look At. Hopefully those of you who are big fans of Isaac will understand the hook here right away. Even if you haven't seen my video, without further ado, why don't we just get started? And I'm hoping that I'm going to crank up the gamma a little bit in Sony Vegas so that you guys can actually see what the heck is going on in this game, because essentially, explaining this mechanic very quickly, the game's a little bit like Isaac with guns is kind of a way to describe it. It's a voxel-based, Twitch-based first-person shooter where, you know, it's a dungeon crawler in a certain sense of the word. So every time we play here, we are going to start out with a different weapon, or at least, you know, the first few times we should have a different weapon. Right now we are starting out with the crossbow. And, you know, like Isaac, we're going to go around to all these rooms. We're going to kill all the enemies contained therein. We're going to collect all this money. We'll use this money to gather items for ourselves. We'll be able to kill bosses that will also give us items. And we're going to try to be able to possibly get further in the game than I've ever gotten before. You can see my health and armor and whatnot down there. So we're going to give this the old college try. I'm not sure how long this series is going to last. That's why I call it almost a mini-series, because the game still is in beta right now. And although I like it a great deal, I'm not sure how much we'll be able to show off, but I did want to play it a little bit more. And if I'm going to play it, you know, why not also demonstrate it for the glory of the channel as well. So we can see our little mini-map down there. We're going to see a lot of probably me failing pretty badly, if I had to guess. These first few floors have where I've spent the vast majority of my time. Don't get so close to the demons, they tell me. But I refuse. I'm already at half health, which is not good, because generally speaking, the bosses tend to take, like, half of my health as well. The crossbow's not one of my favorite weapons. There are other weapons we'll see, like a shotgun, an assault rifle, a hook that we can throw at enemies, for lack of a better word. Maybe you can call it a scythe. I'm just going to keep shooting this demon in the dick until he dies, and we'll move on. Now, I'm inspired to do this. I don't know if I call this a traditional Let's Play, but I'm inspired to do this because I know that a few other prominent YouTubers like Green, Alpaca Patrol, and BizSnap have been making Paranautical Activity Let's Plays, and they're also big Isaac players, so I decided, you know what, why don't we get a look at this game for ourselves and try to get our own stuff done. Now, I'm not promising that we're going to be nearly as good as them. I know that they have actually beaten the game, whereas I have barely managed to get past the first couple of floors, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to do a little bit more exploration here before we go to our shop. There is no, I mean, there kind of is a traditional item room in the Isaac sense, but we actually have to beat a boss in order to get the item, so I guess it's not really traditional. It's more like kind of a boss trap room there will be on every floor. So yeah, I mean, the Isaac analogy holds very true. I'm probably not going to spend too much time talking about actual mechanics in the game, because to be quite honest with you, I don't have that much familiarity with mechanics. It's going to be like Spelunky, you know? We're going to discover it as we go. So I have $155. Why don't we go check out our shop and see if there are some useful items in here. You know, this is a roguelike game, so a lot of these items I'm probably not going to understand what they do until later, but we'll pick it up for now and see what's going on. So there's our shotgun. I believe we can get the shotgun for free. So I'm going to get that instead of the crossbow, because I think that's a beyond lateral switch. We have the anchor, which increases our falling speed, and the scissors, which I don't know what they do. So I think I want to get the scissors if I can save up money for that. The anchor doesn't really strike me as that useful of an item. I've gotten it before, and it hasn't really made an enormous difference in my play. Let's go into our pentagram room here, and we should fight a boss. And this, oh, it's a skull, okay. And this should be the end of this floor if I manage to survive. And luckily, thankfully, I didn't take the crossbow, because the crossbow would actually make this boss super fucking difficult to fight, mostly because these spiders are a total pain in the ass. Now, I do have bombs as well that I could possibly use for some kind of crowd control here. Luckily, the shotgun does have larger range than you'd expect. You can see I'm not doing too badly against this skeleton right here. But don't expect this to be like one, like an Isaac episode where it's like 1 or maybe 2 runs per video if things go terribly. I would expect this to be more like, you know, 3 or 4 runs per video, at least until I start getting better. Green has told me that he's made single-run videos. Okay, I'm almost dead here. That he's made single-run videos that were like 40 minutes long. I don't think we're going to be at that level for a little while. Okay, now he's spit out some spiders, but he's also gonna, all right, a new record, 4 minutes long. Let's restart here. That definitely could have gotten a lot better. All right, so we're using like a minigun here. This is definitely one of my least favorite weapons, but you know what? While we have 6 health, why don't we just go fight the boss immediately? I am pretty bad at fighting this boss as well, but Green 9090 again is giving me some pro tips for dealing with these guys, largely consisting of just circling around the room. I understand circle strafing is basically the pro meta strat in Paranautical Activity right now, so I'm going to continue trying to do that. But again, this is not going to be, I hate the term like, oh, we're going to do a fail through of Paranautical Activity, but I would not be surprised if on a functional level. That's kind of how this goes for the first little bit anyway. This boss is basically going to be like envy for us to a certain extent. And the minigun's not horrible, I just don't like it as much as I like the shotgun. And this thing's only going to split twice, I guess, which is fine by me. As you can see, they are melting pretty quickly. We should get an item here at the end of the room. And maybe that item will make it easier for me to beat the rest of the floor, so it might actually be in my best interest to finish it off as soon as possible. Okay, so there's our item next to the elevator that takes us down to the next floor. These are wings. Yes, those give us a double jump, which I will try to use effectively and probably fail at. But we're going to pick up all the money that we possibly can, and we're going to examine the rest of the floor, because if I could get another item here, that might be beneficial. You know, I think the principles of Isaac kind of hold true here to a certain extent, if I had to guess anyway. The double jump, I don't know how this is going to impact my play because I've never really managed to use it before. I think I've gotten this once before, but I don't know if I've ever actually been able to use it beyond like a superficial level to be like, oh, I have a double jump. Let me tap spacebar 2 times like a big dummy. In any case, let's shoot these demons. You know, we're going to see a lot of these same enemies probably over and over here. They kind of remind me of maybe flies from Isaac, and then you see them all the damn time. There's a little bit less enemy variety as of right now than there is in Isaac, but, you know, this is your reminder that the game still is a work in progress. It is only in beta right now, so things could always change. By the way, if you want to pick up the game, and I encourage that you do so if you're a fan of, you know, games with randomized elements or roguelike elements, you know, also a fan of twitchy first-person shooters reminiscent of, like, the early 2000s, like Unreal Tournament, Quake, even a little bit doomy, especially with respect to the enemy design, etc., etc. Anyway, oh, double jump I definitely needed to use there. I encourage you to pick this up. It's only $6. It's available either on Desura or on the developer's website, and if you're considering picking it up, I encourage you to pick it up on the developer's website, because, you know, Desura, I'm not sure exactly what cut they take, but they do take a cut of the game's proceeds. I mean, they provide a service as well. I like Desura. That means usually for games that are out anyway, there is usually like a free demo feature available. But at the same time, you want to support the developers as much as is possible, and you should maybe consider picking this up on their website. But anyway, that has been my pitch for this game. Let's just continue onwards. My goal for this video, you know, like in Spelunky, I'm going to set little kind of like meta goals for ourselves. If we can get past the first floor, I would be pleased. Not thrilled, but pleased. And if I could get past the second floor, I would be thrilled, basically, because that would probably match my personal best that I've ever accomplished. But I'm hoping that we manage to make that happen here. I can't promise anything. But, you know, having defeated the boss on the first floor, that's a good start for us. Now, this, I believe, the skull room here is the mob trap room, essentially. So if I come in here and beat this boss, or boss trap room, I guess I should say. If I come in here and beat this boss, oh, it's the thing from the thing! Let's kill these demons first to simplify the room a little bit for myself. Alright, double jump is actually super useful. But if I come in here and I'm able to beat the thing from the thing here, or shall we say monster that is transformatively reminiscent, but not exactly a copy of the thing from the thing, I should be able to grab myself another item and thus likely improve my chances for success moving forwards. Man, this minigun double jump combination is awesome. So our item is the crossbow. They really want us to switch back to the crossbow. But you know what? The minigun's been fine for me. If I run into that skull, I'm really going to regret having picked up the crossbow. So I think I'm just going to stick with the minigun for now. My aim is not as true as Elvis Costello's, so it's probably in my best interest to stick with a weapon that I can spam with a little bit. All of the weapons, by the way, have their own unique characteristics. This is something that I kind of like, but also it rubs some people, especially big Isaac fans, the wrong way a little bit, in that you don't start on like the same level playing field every single time. You know, like in Isaac, you start with tiers every single time. And you kind of, like, your runs change from that point onwards, I guess is a good way to put it. In Paranautical Activity, you very much start in a different way each time, almost a little bit like the Wolfire game, or Wolfire Games game, Receiver. That was an awkward sentence. So we start with a different gun every single time, randomized gun, which kind of changes the way you play the game, and means that not everybody starts in exactly the same spot every single time, but it also adds a certain element of replayability, in my opinion. I actually like it a great deal. A lot of people complain, they're like, oh, well, you should just restart until you get the gun you want every single time. Yeah, well, how about this? You should learn how to have fun playing video games instead of only being concerned about, you know, getting the win every single time. That's my opinion on that. Not trying to alienate anybody, but still, you know, you're welcome if you purchase the game. You can play it however the hell you want, but still, I think that's a little bit short-sighted, a short-sighted way of thinking about it, should I say. I'm just having fun with Paranautical Activity, man. You know, it's like saying you should restart Spelunky if you don't get a snake floor in the first 3 levels. Shit happens, man. Just try to have some fun with it. What's the point of randomized elements if you are just going to you know, restart the game if the randomized elements don't suit you. Maybe you would be better off playing Tomb Raider. That's not an insult, by the way. I thought Tomb Raider was really good. Let us go into this gift shop because I do have $400, so I might be able to buy something awesome here. So let's see what we got. We've got rum, we've got Kiss of Death, and we've got Health Box. I think I'm gonna buy the rum. I don't know what it does. I don't know what any of these do, to be honest with you. We're gonna buy the rum. Boost damage, fire rate, and speed, lowers our health by half. Alright, that's frightening. I'm not sure if that's good or terrible. It's probably terrible, but I do have some armor that I can kind of compensate with. So let's get in the elevator and head down to our next floor and see if we can't make something amazing happen here. I thought it was pretty good. Although, you know, I guess rum is kind of like taking like a Book of Belial or something like that. Now we should have different enemies because we are on a different floor. So what do we get? We got better damage. So yeah, every gun not only has damage associated with it, but that damage is kind of modifiable based on the items that you get. We got increased fire rate, a tears up, if you will, but vastly decreased health. Man, we are really like spamming the field with shots here. Oh, there's one. What did I almost get hit by there? Must have been a homing shot that just kind of continued following me around. So again, basic strategy, I'm going to try to get to the boss as soon as is humanly possible so we can fight it while still having some health. Sadly, all of my armor is gone. That armor was something that I basically relied on up to this point in the game to keep me alive. You know, like I said, there's an element of luck in the game, to be sure. You know, getting all these armor box drops actually helps us out a great deal, and we can't rely on those necessarily. But at the same time, that's what I like about games like this. Sometimes you're going to have easier runs, sometimes you're going to have hard runs. And I think that's what gives it some replayability, if you will. Now, not super psyched about this room right here. We do have a boss trap room, which is something that I'll probably spend some time in. What I don't necessarily like about the mini-map is that I really wish there was a way to see if there were, like, dollars or, you know, doubloons, ducats left on the ground in each room, or if there's health left on the ground in each room. Kind of similar to the Isaac mini-map. Because that would really help me out when it comes to, you know, planning how I want to do things. But in the meantime, you know, we have 4 hits basically before we... Oh, we've got another enemy here somewhere. There he is. We've got 4 hits before we would die on this boss, so I should probably just go for it right here. So I'm going to pick up the money. Obviously, the money is very useful for us. Oh, there's 2 more armor boxes up here, actually. We're going to have to take the stairs unless I can get another double jump. I wonder if they stack like that. So let's pick this up. We will walk into our mob trap room, or boss trap room, I guess, to be more... Oh, God, it's a Medusa! To be more technically accurate. And we got these little jumping, like, dog head things here. But as long as I keep circle strafing and double jumping, I think I should be pretty safe. And the actual boss room is very close to us as well. So right now I'm realizing double jump is awesome, as is the ability to have a little bit of extra speed. So what item do we get here? It's the anchor, isn't it? Yeah, it just boosts our rate of falling. That is a $25 value. I feel totally ripped off. In the meantime, though, let's go fight our boss, because we are here and we have some health. We're going to be fighting the whale. As I understand it, whale, one of the easier bosses, although, you know, he could still, manage to hit me fairly easily. He's kind of like a version of Monstro that follows us around, if you will. Again, I apologize for putting everything in Isaac terms, but if you've never seen the game before, I think this makes it a little bit more relatable, if you will. So I would love to take out these moths or butterflies before I get stuck in the corner like this, which I did, but hey, that was a kind of a sweet little offensive jump out there that helped us out a little bit. Oh, trapped in the corner again, but somehow managed not to get hit, I think. The whale is dead. Long live the whale, and maybe we can pelt this dude with shots up here until he dies. Oh, I got hit. There must be one behind me. There are, these shots continue to home as far as I can tell until the enemies are dead or until they, like, hit a wall. So, are you serious? That took fucking forever. Okay, one more moth left. Just continue pelting him with shots up here. One more hit might do it if I could actually manage to hit. Hey, where? Is there another one? No. Okay, we're done. What is this? This is a can of something. A can of whale blubber. More health. Whoa! Boosts health, lower speed. So now we have lower speed, which sucks, but we also have 9 health and the other advantages of rum. This might be the strongest run I've had so far. So I'm still exploring because I wanted to go to the gift shop for sure. And blubber plus rum seems like an awesome combination. Things that pirates have known for a long time. It sucks that our speed got lowered a little bit, but at the same time, having 9 health, I think, makes up for that a little bit. It's basically like picking up lard, I suppose. Now, we're going to have about these fucking homing shots are so annoying. We're going to have almost $300. We're going to have a little bit more than $300, actually, that we can use to buy something from the gift shop. And in the gift shop, I am hoping that we get another damage boost. Other health would be okay, but I don't know what any of these things do, really, so we'll see. Adderall, Shield, Lover, or Armor Box. We can get the Adderall, which is probably a speed upgrade. Yep, and the Shield Lover, and still have $6 left over. More shield drops. All right, that's picking up the Miter or the Relic, basically. That's awesome. I'm very pleased with the way things are going so far. Watch us, like, accidentally beat the game here. That's probably unlikely. But hey, we are going down to the 3rd floor. What did I say, man? I'm going to be ecstatic if this ends up happening. And happening it is right here. So let's continue onwards. I don't know if I've ever beaten the 3rd floor. This is an exciting moment for me. We can kind of cheat a little bit and look at these doors and see, is the boss room around? Ah, I closed the door on me! I was trying to, it serves me right for trying to cheat there. I was trying to see if maybe the boss room and the mob trap rooms were like adjacent to that one. So I suck pretty hard at this game, but I'm getting very lucky so far. Oh man, those shield drops are awesome as well. But I'm getting lucky so far because I'm getting items that really kind of help me from a tanky standpoint and a doing damage standpoint because my aim is pure garbage. Okay, so I'm just looking here. We have another room adjacent, yes, and this one. Okay, but none of those rooms look special to me, unless like the effects of the doors load in as you kind of actually move in here. So do we have a door? Yes. Do we have a door? Yes. I don't necessarily like either of these rooms. Maybe we should just continue onwards back to this room and take a crack in here instead. I want to find, well, gift shop doesn't really do me any good. I want to find the boss room or the mob trap room. Those ones don't appear to be special either. I mean, I assume the floors get bigger and bigger the more you play. Oh, there's a special room, definitely. That is the elevator room that we're going to be in next. So this, the rooms so far on this floor have actually not been all that difficult. Even though I did just take damage there. They haven't been all that difficult because they've been kind of wide open and not really all that many enemies. I mean, the enemies are kind of more frustrating to deal with than your average enemies that we've encountered so far, but still, I think we might have a reasonably good chance of taking out our boss here, although, in all likelihood, it's a boss I've never seen. Holy shit, it is Angry Trident Man! Not the gum, the anger and vitriol. I don't even know what's hitting me anymore. What is he shooting out? He's shooting out like angry piranhas at us. Holy shit. Okay. Run away. I've taken a ton of damage here so far. These angry fish are super annoying. Angry Fish Rovio, are you listening? Subway Sandwich Simulator 2013. We're gonna be able to kill this dude. I'm almost positive. Just back it up a little bit. 3 health, 2 health left. The fish are still following me, but their leader is dead. How are these not hitting you? How are these not hitting you? What can I do? Are these like explosive fish that don't respond to violence? At least pick up the health here. And then just run the fuck out of the room. I can't stop the fish. Please don't stop the fish. I have evacuated, but they've continued to follow me. I am hitting that fish. That's what I'm doing. Do I have to get them to like go into a wall or something? Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick up this lightsaber. Oh, the fish are gone. Okay, what is this? This is a trident. Oh shit, that's awesome. Okay, this is probably substantially. Hey, you know what? Fish, go fuck yourself. I'm getting in the elevator. I refuse to deal with. Oh my god, one of the fish got in the elevator with me, and he exploded. Thank God. Okay, we're going down to the next floor. This is probably very short-sighted of me, but also I don't have a weapon anymore. Can we go back up? All right. Well, I can see this being a real problem. I only have bombs. I don't know if I've accidentally glitched out the game or something. Oh, and the skulls are angry, and we're dead. Well, anyway, that seems like a good kind of spot to mark the end of my first run-through of Paranautical Activity for the series. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, you found it entertaining or a little bit informative, consider supporting it by leaving a like or subscribing. I feel scummy when I say that, but, you know, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to support it that way if you so choose. Otherwise, no harm, no foul. Also, feel free to check out Paranautical Activity, codeavarice.com. There will also be a link in the video description to check it out. I encourage you to buy it direct from the developers, but if you're a big fan of Desura, go pick it up on Desura as well. It's only $6. It's Isaac meets Quake with guns, basically, is the easiest way to describe it from a salesman standpoint. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I'll be continuing this series for a little while, as long as I'm enjoying the game at the very least. And again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.